you're all having a good day. Okay, well, we're in the Bobcat, and now I got a phone call. Back in a bit, guys. Okay, guys, so we're in the Bobcat. So the other day when I mentioned CB forgot, and I never even thought of it, to tell her to hit the auxiliary flow button. Well, that would be this one right here. The center one of those three. So you got variable flow, you turn that on, or maximum flow only. If you're driving the Bobcat, working the loader and working the grapple all at the same time, you want to have it on maximum flow. So then you got to hit this button to activate your controls for up and down and everything, and your driving controls. That would be your green button right there. So she goes up and down, she tilts, and then you hit this button left and right, she opens, and you slide it to the left, she closes. And then if you look right there, I put a couple of heavy-duty zip ties on it to hold the hoses so they don't fall inside and get pinched. Smarty pants wifey over here. I'm gonna put her in the cab so she can see how to use it.
Let's go.
You want to see how to use this thing?
Later. Come on, chop chop.
Later? Okay, later. We'll go feed cows and then we'll play. Okay.
Waiting on a van.
I'll let you guys go. We'll talk to you later. Making some cow chow. Got some oats going in. New Holland 357 mix mill. Woo! So for anybody wondering, and if anybody's out there that's friends with Our Wyoming Life and they see this video, get a hold of Mike, tell him to get a hold of me, because this machine is 120 times easier to run and better than that archway. He needs to get rid of that archway and get one of these. Right now we've got our oats. Oats was up to here, a third of a tank. Barley came up to just over the halfway point. Our pea screenings are coming in right now. We'll get it up to basically 3/4. 4 bags of medicated beef or steak maker. It's a 32% protein and half a bag 1-to-1 mineral is what we're running in here right now. And this machine is like, in my estimation, like no other. You can also grind hay in this machine. You just got to put the right screens in. You can't run hay into these machines without running it through a screen. Simple as that. Anyway, if anybody's watching our videos, just a heads up, CP and I are on the hunt for some feed barley. So you guys, if you're in the local area and you got a couple hundred bushels you want to get rid of, give us a call. And we're looking for some feed barley. So we'll talk to y'all later. Let's keep grinding. There, the grain is in the bin. We because we didn't have enough barley to do a full load the way I wanted to. not a full load, basically. Anyways, now with these cows that we bought, the last group, I thought we got them from Darren Toth herd, the Windy Hills. I was wrong. I was mistaken. When they moved from his herd into the Nagy herd, I didn't notice. I wasn't paying close enough attention to what they were saying. I was just watching the cows, and the cows that we got came out of, I think her name is Beth Nagy or something like that. She lives in the Whitewood, Wawota, Sask area. Not very much, from what I understand. There was not very much human interaction with the cattle, and because of it, those 6 cows are quite friggin' flighty. How's that sound? So sorry guys, can't see much because it's friggin' dark, but anyway, check on our chickens, put the tractor in the mill away, and call her a night. It's pushing the 7 o'clock hour, so we'll catch you guys all later. Morning everybody. It's a beautiful morning. There's only one problem. It started raining here about 6:15 a.m. It is now currently going on 10, and it just quit. Like, it wasn't a downpour rain, but it was raining hard enough that it was running off the windows in the house there at 7 a.m. and stuff like that. And the yard is just slick. Like, it is friggin' icy out here. Like, not a little bit, but a whole lot. It's nasty. So we gotta get some steel cut. And Christ, look at this. I imagine the highways are just gonna be terrible. But yeah, we gotta get some steel cut, and for another round bale feeder, and do a bunch of steel pressing. Everything on the floor, everything over there by the press, plus a whole lot more, all has to be cut and pressed. Try and get that done today. And I have not gone out to the pasture to take feed out to them girls yet, so we'll look after that here first. And then we'll work at cutting some steel. So anywho, I'll jump in Big Blue here, and we'll come back to you guys in a little bit. Alrighty guys, well, CP and I have been cutting and pressing steel like crazy. I just came down to push some feed up, trying to get the cows to clean up in the alleyway. I will have to feed them tonight. They pretty much got her cleaned up with just some scrappy type stuff there, and I'll give it to the calves. They can sleep on it. Yeah, got the mule running here. It's safer to drive than it is to walk. It's so goddamn icy around here right now. Yeah, I never pulled the auger out of that bin yet. The bin's empty. So I'm bringing this up because I don't want to see my beautiful wife friggin' slip and fall down and get hurt on this goddamn ice walking around the yard. So we got this thing, and right now the way it is around the yard, let's use it, right? There we go. La-di-da. And it runs good. One day I'll put doors on it. Who knows, maybe during calving season I'll have time to work on it and try and figure out a set of doors for it. That'll be handy as hell. But anyways, I'm gonna go in, have some lunch. I think it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We did have to stop for a little while because I gave a sweater to one of our subscribers today. So he stopped in and picked it up. Congratulations to Landon Bostock, local kid from, well, I shouldn't even call him a kid, young man from the McLean/Capel Indian Head area. So there you go, guys. Yes, BCP, CP and I, we are still, every now and again, we'll give away a sweater or jacket or whatever. So Landon got it this time. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. We'll talk to you later. Alrighty, guys. Well, here she is, tacked together, wall number 1. We got to put our up and down head stall spacing bars in, but she's all tacked. And notice something's a little different here. What the fuck, BP? Did you screw up when you were friggin' measuring? Why is that pipe so long? Well, it's 12 inches longer because we got to cut a skid. We got to cut that pipe and bend it up and weld it so it's in a skid formation. The guy wants this one so that he can use it to pull it if he wants to. Just give it a tug upwards a little bit and give it a pull or give it a push, one or the other. I would suggest pulling it versus pushing it, but anyways, yeah, so that's the bottom pipe and it's getting turned into a skid. And yes, we do use it. Not very often. Today's like one of the first days getting used all winter. Normally we just walk around the yard, but with it being so icy, like I said earlier, she's safer driving that thing versus walking around. What's wrong? You got cold fingers? Your gloves are wet and it's just cool enough to make them cold. Owie. I ain't got no fire going, but I can start one. You could stick your hand in there and have roasted fingers for supper. Anyway, before I go to town and weld this sucker solid, I gotta get all of my square bar for our up and downs at the shop here. I don't think I got any here at all, actually. Nope, I don't got any. I gotta go get some out of the off the rack. Okay, guys, we'll let you go. CP's got cold fingers. You know where the warmest place is to warm them up, right? Put them in your pants. Later. Alrighty, guys. So we're stepped away from that feeder for a little bit here. I moved all the feed bunks out in the pasture and I left the cows to clean up there a little bit for the day. I took them one fresh bucket load, but it had some snow from the edge of the pile that I had in that bucket load. So whatever they wasted, whatever, right? So now we're gonna take them 2 or 3 bucket loads of good stuff for tonight, because it's supposed to cool off. Like, it's 0 today, friggin' raining, and 0 +1 type of temperatures. Now it's cooling off. We had snow. And for tomorrow morning, the weatherman is calling for wind chill values of -22. So she's gonna be a cool morning. So I'll give the cows a good belly full. That'll keep them warm. And then our new cows that we bought this past winter so far, they cleaned up pretty darn good, so I'll fill their feed bunk up. That way tomorrow morning I don't have to do no feeding. At the earliest it'll be later tomorrow afternoon, I can just go to work at that bunk in the corral. We also had a meeting with a new fertilizer company. It's a spray on foliage fertilizer. It's all liquid and you mix it in your tank mix, and use 10-gallon nozzles. So I don't know, we'll see what happens there. It's like $14 an acre, and guys are saying for the one product, for just a foliage product, it was $14 an acre, and then for a full supplement product, it's $24 an acre. And guys are saying they had reports of guys in the local area that were getting as much as 5 bushel an acre extra. Well, to be exact, 5.54 or something like that. So 5.5 bushel an acre more by using the product versus ground that they did not use it on in their trial runs that farmers did. So I don't know, it's something CP and I have to think about. We might be having another, and it is an organic product, so I could actually use it on, it's registered with some organic companies, so I potentially could use it on our organic land if I wanted to. Something that we have to think about if we want to go that route or not. More tonnage per acre is always welcomed, right? Gates open. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go and I'll bring you back when we get out to the field. Later. Here we go. So the first bucket load, I dumped it in my porta bunk. Don't ask me why. I just did it, okay? So, and it didn't quite fill it, that's for sure. So the bunks were, there was one right there. Actually, I lied to you. There was one, the porta bunk was right here. They kind of cleaned up a little bit. And then the other 3 were in that line right out there. And they picked through that pretty damn good. And then they had a bucket load. You can see the little piles out there. There's really no waste in that stuff at all. I just dumped it on the snow. So they cleaned it up pretty good. So now we got these 3 bunks. I'll bring them a couple more bucket loads here tonight. I'm not going to fill everything right full, but I'll bring them a couple more bucket loads and get them through for tonight. And then we could top them off a little more tomorrow with fresh stuff. That'll make them, they like the fresh stuff. They don't care for it so much when it sits in the bunk for a couple, 2-3 days. Oh boy. The snow's actually pretty goddamn deep here still. Anyway, let's get her done. Catch you guys later.
Nice panel.
Ain't that a beauty?
You know a welder?
Look at that panel.
It's experienced. It's worth a lot of money.
That's right. It's experienced. It's worth a lot of money. That panel has Sheriff's name written all over it. That's the panel that he got his head between the bars and made it really big, and then he went ballistic when we bought him. It's your fault that that panel looks like that.
Strangle you and see if you freak out. Okay?
You already know what'll happen. Well, these girls got their grain.
You're feeding them too much.
I'm gonna have to weigh the pails of this new mix because I think it's more like 25 to 26 pounds a pail, I think. I'm gonna have to weigh a pail and find out the weight, because this is a different mix. Cow's alleyway got all scraped out, and fresh stuff. The bulls did not get fresh, but the cows got fresh. There wasn't really much left there anyways. They're happy campers, chowing down. Horses got a bail. It's getting dark. We'll call it a night. There you are, guys. So,
I hear you're making supper.
you hear I'm making supper. Really? What's for supper?
I was a busy bee this morning as you were on
Supper,
your phone.
if I'm not good, supper will be
Shit on a stick.
probably more like cold shoulder and hot tongue. You gonna drive your machine to the house?
Well, yeah, I'm not leaving it here. Somebody will steal it.
Well, I don't know about that, but it's safer to drive than walk on this shit. Anyway, give us the old thumbs up, comment, subscribe. Fun, fun, fun. Let's get her done. See you guys later.